Welcome to Quick Collect Step-by-Step Instructions. Our learning objectives are threefold. We'll start with the definition. Quick Collect is simply a process whereby a tag that has been issued to a staff or student can be collected into a room or a site-to-site transfer. Next, who can Quick Collect? We're coming at this learning topic from the site view of the application. Based on that, both site administrators and site users can use the Quick Collect function. The only limitation that could come is if your district administrator decides to limit your rights in this area. And lastly, how to Quick Collect. I'm going to take you through step by step on how to Quick Collect, but before we go there, I want to show you some important tools that will help you accomplish the task. So first you're going to need Wi-Fi and a laptop or other device with the TIPWeb-IT application on it. Next, you'll need some scanners. The scanners need to be programmed to read Symbology 128A. I have an example of two scanners on my screen. The first is a USB scanner, and it is actually an LS2208. The second scanner is a Bluetooth scanner. It is a socket CHS7CI. These scanners will work along with other scanners that again have the Symbology 128A. If your district does not have scanners, Hayes can assist you with that purchase. And last of all, you'll need tags. So now that I've shown you the tools that you need, I'll go ahead and share my screen and we'll get started with step-by-step instructions on how to quick collect tags. After you've logged in to your TIPWeb-IT application, you will need to locate and click on the Quick Collect header. Draw your cursor over into the Quick Links area under Tools and locate Quick Collect. It's about halfway down the list. Go ahead and click and it will take you into the Quick Collect window. Note that we have some fields in red. Those fields will be required during the collection process. If any other collections have been made on that day by you or someone else, they will continue to list beneath the blue grid header. We'll move our cursor back up to the top and talk about where we can collect to. We have two choices. We can collect the tags back into a room, or we can collect them to a transfer, and this would be a site-to-site transfer. First, we'll choose Room. Next, we need to select a room to collect the tags to. We'll go ahead and move our cursor over to the binoculars and click to begin the search. Once we've entered our room search area, we need to locate and click on the room that we want to enter. I'll go ahead and enter a search criteria to narrow my search. Selecting a room type is one way to narrow your selections. Once you've narrowed your selections, click on Select. Clicking on Select locks the room into the room-to-room area. If you would like to select a different room, you'll need to click on the Lock/Unlock icon. Next, we need to determine the status we want to collect to. Available is the default. However, we have other choices, including auctioned, disposed, in repair, in use, recycled, and so on. Make your collect status choice. The next field is in blue. It is not required. However, if you would like to enter notes, go ahead and enter them in this field. If you would like to keep those notes for multiple collections, you can lock it down by clicking on the Lock Unlock icon. Lastly, we need to go ahead and scan a tag. Scanning the tag may bring up an additional window. It says collect accessories for the particular item that we're collecting. These accessories are assigned to a particular product by your district. If the product has multiple accessories, you'll want to be sure to review each one to see if the student or staff returned them. If they did not return, you'll want to highlight and adjust the number that you received. Once you've entered the number, you'll go ahead and click on Collect to finish up the collection of that particular tag. Clicking on Collect then reveals the student or staff that was collected from and the room the tag was placed in. You can go ahead and pull a receipt to view and or perhaps print and hand to the individual. Note in my receipt it lists the student name, the campus, and so on. Also note that under accessories it lists that each one is either returned or missing. When you've finished reviewing the receipt, click Done to exit out of this window. Next, we'll want to assign charges for those accessories that were not returned. We'll click on the Assess Charge icon to enter into the charge window. Before you continue with the Assess Charge process, review any charges listing. Please note that a charge has already been established for me for the device power cable. And by hovering over the other icon, I can see that they also charged for an AC adapter. These missing accessory charges that are automatically created are added by your district for you. If a charge is not listing beneath the blue grid header, you will need to add it yourself. We'll go ahead and locate the last accessory that was not returned and assess the charge. First, we'll move up to the Charge Type window. Note that it is required along with the charge amount. Next, you'll want to locate the charge from the drop-down menu and select it. If the charge is not listing, you'll need to contact your district administrator and ask them to add the charge so that you can locate it in the drop-down menu. Go ahead and select your charge. Next, you'll note charge amount will populate. You can leave any charge notes you would like to, and any payment information, if it occurs at the time the charge is assessed, can be entered in the amount area. And if the charge is satisfied at that time, you can go ahead and put a check mark in the Satisfied box. Once you've made your entries, you will select the Save icon to save the charge. Now, if you would like to review the charges, click on the Assess Charge icon. Clicking on the icon will take you back into the Assess a Charge window. At the bottom, beneath the blue grid header, we'll list the charges. Note if the charge says Missing Accessory, it was generated automatically by your district settings. Again, the charge that we had to add will list the actual charge type. For more information on what the charge was for the missing accessories, take your cursor and hover over the Notes icon and review what they were assessed for. To see the notes for the charge that was entered by you, hover over the N and it will list your notes. Once you've reviewed your charges, you'll go ahead and move your cursor up and X off of that window. If I were to scan a teacher's tag, let me go ahead and do that. Note that we have the same options to collect accessories and the same result if they don't return them. So if I collect a teacher issued or staff issued item and go ahead and collect, the report will list the same, and likewise from the staff member, the accessory charges will automatically list if your district administrator has set up the automated charge. We'll go ahead and X off this screen. Next, we'll talk about how to collect directly into a transfer. If we want to collect to a transfer, from the drop-down menu, we'll choose the transfer. Next, I'm going to refresh my pickup location and choose the room the items will be picked up from. I'll click on the binoculars to enter into the search area, and I'll locate the room in the list. Once I've located the room, I'll go ahead and click Select. Clicking Select locks in the room number along with the description. Next, I need to know what transfer I'm going to be putting these particular tags into. If the transfer is not already created, I'll need to create one. To get started with the process, I'll click on the binoculars. Clicking on the binoculars takes me into the Create a New Transfer window. I can either select a pre-existing transfer or I can create a new transfer. To create a new transfer, from the drop-down menu, I choose the site the tags will be delivered to. Once the site is selected, I click Go. Clicking Go takes me into the transfer window. Note the fields highlighted in red are required. My pickup location lists along with the transfer number. Next, I need to choose a status I want to collect the tag to. My choices list below. Choose the status and add any notes. Once you've added notes, if you're going to be collecting multiple tags, you can lock the field. Now that the field is locked, we need to scan the tag that we're collecting. Scanning the tag brings up the accessories area if your district has assigned accessories to the particular product that you're collecting. Make your notations if you did not receive the accessories and collect. Collecting still allows you to assess a charge if need be and pull the report for the particular collection. Now this tag has been added to transfer, listing in the transfer window. I'll go ahead and click Done to exit this window. If I would like to view the transfer, I can go over to Initiate Transfer area and click. Clicking will take me in to the area that my transfer was saved to. This concludes our step-by-step instructions for Quick Collect. We want to thank you for watching, and remember, you have unlimited support. Please find additional materials and videos on our Support Center.